Hi there, my name is Riley, and welcome to my channel. This channel is going to be dedicated to Pokemon Nuzlocke, especially more difficult ones, particularly difficult ROM hacks, and yeah, I'm just super excited to make some content for y'all. I figure I should properly introduce myself, as most of you watching this do not know who I am. I have been around making content since 2015, but it has been a while, and I've also made content that isn't Nuzlocke content in the past, so figure most of you are a new audience, so it's good to get to know me a little bit. As I said, my name is Riley. I am a 30-year-old woman originally from the United States, now living in Australia, and I absolutely love it here. But I absolutely love Pokemon so much. I mean, I kind of have a few on my arm. And I love him so much. And as I mentioned, I've been making content since 2015. I started making YouTube videos back in 2015 doing competitive Pokemon content, mainly Draft League content. I did that for 5 years. Absolutely loved it, exclusively on this YouTube channel. It's all gone now. You will not find it. But I used to do that, and then I transitioned to shiny hunting in 2020 and started streaming on Twitch, and it actually went pretty well, better than I ever could have expected. Got way more attention than I thought. Wasn't anything big, wasn't anything special, but I was affiliate. And then basically me and my partner moved home, and the new house that we had did not have the best streaming setup. And then very shortly after that, the charger on my laptop broke, and I was without a computer for a very long time. And by the time I got it back, I really didn't have much of a desire to stream. The living situation had not improved either, and I kind of just gave up, and I just went away from Pokemon content for a long time. If it says anything about how long it has been, when I last did a stream, I was 10 months on hormones, and I'm now 3.5 years. So yeah, it truly has been a long time since I've done any kind of content, but I'm really wanting to get back into it with Pokemon Nuzlocke. Now, for starters, the reason I've never done Nuzlocke before was because I didn't really find them that interesting. You know, when I was doing competitive Pokemon content, I was so much enjoying the competitive aspect of it because it felt much more difficult, like a difficult way to play Pokemon in a way that I really wasn't seeing from Nuzlocke, because Nuzlocke felt so easy. You know, it felt like it was just, oh yeah, just level up Pokemon this way. And I didn't truly understand, you know, what a hardcore Nuzlocke was or what difficult ROM hacks were. And then about 1.5 to 2 years ago, somewhere around there, I discovered Pokemon Challenges, now known as P-Chow, and started watching him so frequently, watching all of his videos. I've watched pretty much every big video on his channel. I've watched probably at least 5 times now. And I've done that because I became so fascinated and interested in hardcore Nuzlocke and the amount of work that has to go into them. And on top of that, I wanted to learn. I wanted to learn what he was putting into these Nuzlocke, what he was doing to help himself become, or help himself win these battles. And it was so fascinating to me. And it made me want to get into Nuzlocking. And the more I watched, the more I wanted to, but I just couldn't get myself to do it, because it just felt like I needed to take a step to get myself to finally do it. And then Pokemon Run and Bun happened, and I started watching his streams, and it was just so fascinating watching him play it. And then he beat it, and I was there live when he beat the Elite Four. And then I really wanted to. At that point, I was like, I knew I need to do this. I need to go and get a Nuzlocking. And then Squirk and Moxie, 2 other Nuzlockers who I want to shout out because they're both hilarious and awesome. But I watched their videos of them beating Run and Bun, and it made me even more interested and more wanting to get into this hardcore Nuzlocking stuff. And finally, I did it. I finally took the jump, and I'm finally going to do it. And yeah, I'm ready to start my first project this week. I'm going to be streaming that project over on twitch.tv/RilesIsTall. Same thing as this YouTube channel that you're watching the video on, RilesIsTall. And I will be going live on there hopefully at least a couple times a week. I'd prefer to do more. Kind of just depends on my work schedule. But my goal is to do it during Australian mornings, so that would be evening for Europeans and late afternoon, early evening for Americans. And yeah, like I said, twitch.tv/RilesIsTall. Follow me over there, get notifications, and you'll know when I go live. I'll also be uploading highlights from my streams on this YouTube channel. So I'll basically be taking my streams, do an edited down version of it, either doing 2 or 3 per stream, kind of depends on how many battles I do per stream and how much actual content there is instead of me just sitting there calking. I mean, if me calking is interesting, maybe I'll include it, but it kind of depends, but mainly probably not. But I want to be able to have that up here, so if you do miss a stream and you don't want to watch an entire 2-hour stream of it, you have a place to watch the shorter version with just the fun parts, just the fun battle parts that are actually exciting. With that said, what is my first project? Well, it might be a little crazy, and it might be a little out of the frying pan into the fire, but we are going to start. With Pokemon Run and Bun. That's right. I know it is considered the most difficult game to Nuzlocke right now. It is the most difficult ROM hack out there. And I know it's a little crazy, but first of all, I think it would be hilarious for my first ever Nuzlocke win to be Pokemon Run and Bun, the hardest game ever. On top of that, it just has the best quality of life. Like, it has an incredible quality of life for people who are getting into Nuzlocking with just some of the things it has. One of the most daunting things I've had when it comes to Nuzlocking was level caps. And being afraid that I'm going to just overlevel by mistake because I didn't count XP right. And Run and Bun fixes that, and it takes away my biggest fears. And just some of the other things as well. It feels like it's a game that, while it is incredibly difficult, and it is, the things that I actually worry most about are not the game's difficulty, but rather the little things that I am worried I'm going to screw up when playing a Nuzlocke. Run and Bun prevents those things from being screwed up, and I just am really excited to do this challenge. I know this is going to be difficult, and I know this is going to be a very long ride. I'm expecting this to take at least 2 years to beat. But by God, I'm going to make that ride fun. It is going to be a long ride to beat this game, but I know the day that I finally beat this game is going to be a sense of accomplishment that is up there with some of the biggest accomplishments I've ever had in my life. So yeah, make sure to go follow me on Twitch, go subscribe to me here on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter as well, at RilesIsTall, same as everywhere. It's pretty universal, actually. But go follow me there as well. I'll also be tweeting when I go live, too. And you can kind of just get updates as well on the runs that I do. Like I said, we're starting with Run and Bun. That will certainly be a long project, but there are other games that I would like to play at some point as well. But Run and Bun is the first project, and I know it is going to be a difficult ride. It is going to be a long ride. It will be emotional, but I know one thing. It's going to be fun, and I hope y'all are ready for this ride, and I hope you are willing to join me on it, because it is going to be a lot of fun, but you guys would be making it a lot more fun for me just by being there and supporting me. So yeah, again, give me a follow, give me a subscribe, and yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and make sure to be kind. Bye.